You probably can't tell from looking at me, but there is less of me here today than there used to be. No, this is not a speech about hair loss. 2017 literally ripped a pound of flesh right out of me, or somewhere thereabouts. Exactly half a lung is what the surgeons removed. It all started this past summer. I stood up, and suddenly I felt this really weird thing. It was like standing on a canoe in choppy water, except I was standing in my living room. I went to the doctors, and the doctors were completely baffled. And so they put me in a hospital bed, they gave me a wheelchair and a bedpan. And then they subjected me to more tests than a lab rat for the next 2 weeks. And finally, on this beautiful, sunny summer day, the doctors told me, Phil, you have lung cancer. That word cancer was like an echo chamber in my mind, bouncing back and forth, getting louder and louder and louder. It was like a freight train coming straight at me, and I am tied down to the tracks. I cried that day like I have never cried before. I could have drowned in my own tears, there were so many of them. I couldn't stop. I cried for hours. I felt so helpless. And then suddenly something snapped inside of me. And out of me comes this Brooklyn accent. It's like, hey, oy vey. Bada bing, bada boom, if you're going out of this room, go with a bang and a smile on your face. Hey! And I literally laughed out loud. I couldn't believe it. What was I going to do? Serendipity. Just before I got my diagnosis, I had been reading this tiny little book by Viktor Frankl called Man's Search for Meaning. And in it, he says, everything can be taken from you, except one thing. Your attitude to the situation. Your power of choice. Your power of choice. I said, Phil, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to make every single doctor, nurse, friend, and family member laugh and smile. Otherwise, like this message, you will self-destruct. I mean, think about it. Your power center is in your mind. You control the biochemistry in your body. The healing starts in the mind. And so I thought, if there is the remotest chance, even just this tiny, infinitesimally small chance, that I can survive by being positive, I'm in. I am in 100%. I am in. I am in. And things changed overnight. I'm popping wheelies. I'm doing races down the hall. And I am committed that anybody that I see, I'm going to get a smile out of you. And in turn, I too will be smiling. It was transformative. That change in attitude was the beginning of the most transformative period of my life. For the first time, I'm 48 years old. For the first time in my life, I felt free to be vulnerable. And so I shared my pain. And people called me strong. I shared my fears, and people started calling me brave. And when I shared my struggles with just being positive, people started calling me inspiring. Now, I don't say this to impress you, rather to impress upon you. You too have the power. You have the power of choice. You get to choose your attitude to any situation. And so for me this year, I have a mantra. I am bouncing beyond.